We're going to start with a new unit from the Blue Book, which is Unit 37, and this unit deals with the pronunciation of function words, and more specifically, articles, prepositions, and conjunctions. The title of this unit is A Piece of Cheese. A piece of cheese, and you're going to see why this title is given to this unit, because it is very relevant to the way we pronounce function words, like the indefinite article at the beginning and the preposition in the middle. Short words like articles and the, conjunctions like and are, and preposition like to and of are usually unstressed. Unstressed because they are function words. They have two different types of pronunciation, strong and weak. In fast speech, in connected speech, we tend to use the weak pronunciation or the weak forms. Listen to this chant, the chant below, which I'm going to say to you. Every line has a stress pattern, weak, strong, weak, strong. They have this rhythm because the first and the third words are all unstressed. They are unstressed because they are function words. These words are some, and, of, for, the, to, or, and as. All of these words are function words, and these words, whenever they are used in fast speech, they are pronounced as unstressed syllable. So I'm going to read the chant for you, and you can listen for yourself. Shopping list: some milk and eggs, a tin of peas, a snack for lunch, some fruit and cheese, the loaf of bread, jar of jam, some juice to drink, a piece of ham, some pears and grapes, some beans and rice, a can of beer as cold as ice. And you can see all of the function words that I used, that I said, were said as and pronounced as unstressed syllable. Listen again to the chant A. Notice that the words in all the unstressed syllable, that the vowels in all the unstressed syllables are pronounced the same. This sound is written as schwa, because this is a weak sound, and we tend to pronounce the function words in fast speech as schwa, as weak. Also, in fast speech, the consonant sounds after the vowel in these words may not be pronounced. So sometimes we tend to drop the vowel in function words. So instead of saying and, we say an. We drop the this out. And instead of saying of, we say I'm out of here. In this case, and sounds like an without the D, and of sounds like without the V sound. So listen to these examples. And sounds like an apple and an orange, an apple and an orange and an onion. No D when I said the conjunction and. Of sounds like a bit of this, a bit of that. I did not really pronounce the f sound. I did a bit of this, a bit of that, just a. Now you should keep in mind that you don't need to copy the fast speech pronunciation. You don't need to pronounce just like native speaker do, but you need to be able to understand how native speaker pronounce these words, because sometimes you get confused when certain words are not pronounced in full, when certain sounds are dropped and becomes intentionally silent. So you don't need to imitate native speakers and the way they pronounce these words, but you need to understand what they say to you, in case you find yourself in a situation when you have to talk to a native speaker, and native speakers tend to talk very fast and tend to drop some sounds. Now please note that the consonant sound of in the word of is not dropped when the following word begins with a vowel. So for example, some of each, some of each. Of has three different pronunciations. Of, the strong, the stressed one, which is very rarely used. And then two weak forms. Without the V sound, if the following word starts with a consonant. And of, schwa, v, if the following word starts with a vowel. So you should keep in mind that if the word of, pronounced in connected speech, in fast speech, we change the a into schwa, and we keep the v sound if the following word starts with a vowel sound, but we drop the v sound if the following word starts with a consonant. So the word in the expression some of each, here the word each starts with a vowel. So in connected speech, in fast speech, we change the sound a and of into schwa, but we keep the v sound because the following word, the word each, starts with a vowel. Some of each, v is pronounced here. But if we have a consonant, then we have to drop the v sound. So for example, if I want to say some of them, it would be something like some of them, without the v sound, because the following word starts with a consonant. So they keep this in mind. The same, we have a very similar case for the word to, the preposition to, and the article the. The word to, that's the strong pronunciation, and we have two different weak pronunciation. If the following word starts with a consonant, then it is t and schwa. If the following word starts with a vowel, then it is t. So we have three pronunciation. To, strong, and very rarely used. The commonly used forms are the weak forms, and we have two different weak forms. T, if the following word starts with a consonant, and t, if the following word starts with a vowel. The word the also has two pronunciations. The, if the following word starts with a consonant, the, schwa, the plus schwa. But if the following word starts with a vowel, then it becomes the bread, the end. So listen to the differences. We need water to drink, schwa, and food to eat, I'll have the fish, schwa, and the apple, because the word apple starts with a vowel. So this is how you should, be able to distinguish between the different possible weak forms of these function words. Let's go to the exercises. We'll skip exercise number 1 because we need to listen to actually we can do this. We don't need to listen. The next one that requires, the next exercise requires listening, so we'll be able to do number 1. What are the things in the pictures? Write them in the correct column according to the rhythm. There are 2 phrases in each column. Use them. Use these words: bowl, bottle, jar, packet, bag, pot, carton, kilo. Then say the phrase aloud. So we use these phrases, these words, to point to the things that are in the pictures to form phrases with function words. Okay, so let's start with the first column, which has weak, strong stress pattern. So we have a bowl of soup, a bowl of soup, a pot of tea. 2 expressions. Bowl of soup. Bowl means kasa or tasa. Soup. A pot of tea. بريق من الشاي. The next column, which has the stress pattern of weak, strong, weak, strong, weak. And here we have a jar of honey, a jar of honey, a bag of apples, bag of apples. Two phrases as well. The next one, which has the stress pattern of weak, strong, weak, weak, strong. A bottle of wine, and a carton of milk. The last column, which has the stress pattern weak, strong, weak, weak, strong, weak. A packet of biscuits, a kilo of carrots. A packet of biscuits, a kilo of carrots. So these are the different phrases that we can use or that we can form with the words that we are giving to refer to the pictures, to the things in the picture. Okay, now we'll skip number 2 because we are required to listen to a recording first, then we can answer. We can't really listen now. So we'll skip to number 3, listen and fill the gaps. Listen and fill. This one also requires a listening, so we'll skip it. We'll go directly to the last one. Think of a computer which people speak into and it writes what they say. This computer wrote these sentences incorrectly. Write the correct sequences. So imagine that these sentences were written by a computer that records what people say. So the pronunciation, these sentences were written incorrectly. You need to figure out what the words really mean, because in these words that we were given in the exercise, certain words are combined together, or some words are, some sounds are dropped because of the fast speech. So for example, we had beans and rice actually means we had beans and rice, but because it was said in a very fast way, the speaker dropped the d sound from the word and. So when we want to spell it, when we want to write it down, then we have to write it in full. And becomes and. So we'll do the rest of the exercise here. Number 1, we had a nice cup of tea. Cup of tea is cup of tea. I don't wanna go out tonight. I don't want to go out. Wanna go. Want to. I need a drink of water. I mean drink of water. Drink of water. Number 4, we cooked chicken. So it means we cooked in the past a chicken. The T of to here is the ed of the past tense, and is the indefinite article. So we cooked a chicken. Number 5, he can't cook a meal. He can't cook a meal. It means that he can't cook a meal, but because a is turned into schwa and linked to the previous word, it becomes like cooker, but it is cook a meal. Number 6, we have a nice cream. It actually means have an ice cream. Have an ice cream. But because it was pronounced very quickly, it sounded like it is have an ice cream. But in fact, it is have an ice cream. Have an ice cream. Number 7, come and sit down. N is and here. Come in and sit down. But because it was said in a very fast way, the d sound was dropped from the conjunction and. So this is how can we figure out what people say when they speak very fast. So we'll stop here today, and hopefully that was easy and straightforward. Thank you very much, and happy Eid in advance, and try to enjoy your time at home and be safe. Thank you very much, and we'll meet again soon.